He commands a horde of creatures with bizarre appearances. Revelation 9:7-11 describes his subordinates. The appearance of the locusts was like horses prepared for battle. On their heads were something like crowns of gold, and their faces were like human faces. They had hair like women's hair, and their teeth were like lions' teeth. They had breastplates like breastplates of iron, and the sound of their wings was like the sound of many chariots with horses rushing into battle. They had tails with stingers like scorpions. Imagine an entire army of these creatures. And we still have the 7 most bizarre creatures ahead. Creature 7. The 4 beasts of Daniel. We're reaching the halfway point of our countdown. In 7th position, we have not 1, but 4 bizarre creatures that appear together in an impressive vision. In Daniel chapter 7, the prophet has a vision of 4 beasts coming out of the sea, each one stranger than the last. The first was like a lion with eagle's wings. At some point, its wings were torn off. It was lifted from the ground, made to stand on 2 feet like a human being, and was given a human mind. The second looked like a bear, raised up on one of its sides, with 3 ribs in its mouth between its teeth. A voice told it, "Get up and eat your fill of flesh." The third resembled a leopard with 4 birds' wings on its back and 4 heads. This one was given authority to rule. And the fourth? This one was so terrifying, frightening, and incredibly strong that it had no comparison with the previous ones. It had large iron teeth, devoured, crushed, and trampled everything. In addition, it had 10 horns, and among them grew another small one, with eyes like those of a man and a mouth that spoke boastfully. These beasts are generally interpreted as representations of world empires, but their described appearance is so bizarre that they deserved a prominent place in our list. We're increasing the level of strangeness. Creature 6. Legend. Demons. In Mark 5, Jesus meets a man possessed by so many demons that, when asked about their name, they answer, "Legion is my name, for we are many." In Roman times, a legion contained between 3,000 and 6,000 soldiers, suggesting an immense number of evil entities inside a single man. These spirits were so powerful that they gave the man superhuman strength to break chains and shackles. He lived in the tombs, crying out and cutting himself with stones day and night, terrifying passers-by. The most impressive thing was what happened when Jesus cast them out. They asked to enter a herd of pigs that was grazing nearby, and when Jesus allowed it, about 2,000 pigs went mad and threw themselves off a cliff into the sea, drowning. This demonstration of destructive power shows the violent nature of these entities. And we still have the 5 most bizarre creatures in the Bible. And now, we reach the top 5. My friends, we're entering the territory of the truly extraordinary. And opening our top 5, we have the mysterious Nephilim. In Genesis 6, before the flood, the Bible mentions one of the most intriguing creatures of all time. The text says, "In those days, there were giants on the earth, and also afterward, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men of old, men of renown." These giants, results of the union between celestial beings, the sons of God, and human women, caused so much evil on earth that they may have been one of the reasons for God to send the flood. Some ancient translations suggest they were over 9 feet tall. In the book of Numbers, when the Israelites explore Canaan, they become terrified upon encountering descendants of the Nephilim. We saw the Nephilim there, the descendants of Anak, come from the Nephilim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. The exact nature of these beings has been debated by scholars for centuries. Were they really descendants of fallen angels, or a human lineage of exceptional stature? Whatever the answer, the Nephilim represent one of the most intriguing creatures mentioned in the scriptures. And remember, we still have 4 even more bizarre creatures. And continuing our top 5, in 4th position we have a figure that everyone has heard of, but few know his true biblical description. That's right, we're talking about Satan. And look, you can forget that popular image of a little red man with horns, tail, and pitchfork. The Bible describes him in a quite different and much more impressive way. In Ezekiel 28 and Isaiah 14, he is originally portrayed as the most beautiful and wise of the angels, a guardian cherub covered with every precious stone, perfect in his ways from the day he was created until iniquity was found in him. His heart was lifted up because of his beauty, and he corrupted his wisdom because of his splendor. But after his fall, his appearance becomes much more terrifying. In Revelation 12, John sees him as a huge red dragon with 7 heads, 10 horns, and a tail so powerful that it swept a third of the stars from heaven. Jesus refers to him as the prince of this world, and Peter compares him to a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. His ability to transform is mentioned by Paul, who says that Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. We're getting to the 3 most bizarre creatures of all. In third position, we're reaching the podium of the most bizarre creatures in the Bible, and the bronze medal goes to not 1, but 2 creatures that appear together and form a terrifying duo. In Revelation 13, John describes the famous beasts of the sea and the earth,